Okay, so what have been the proudest highlights of my learning? Also, the disappointments. Well, the proudest highlight of my learning would be one of the quizzes that we had. Mr. Hurwitz asked us to write down 7 facts on light independent reactions, and then to also he gave us 2 points on a TOK question, which was in the unit revision guide that he gave us, and it was on how a machine that was used to measure photosynthesis is similar to a work of art. And I was really proud of this work because Mr. Hurwitz was impressed by what I wrote, and he said he actually told me to talk about it a lot in my Eportfolio because he thought it was a way that showed that I was using the guiding principles to my benefit and making use of all of the things that he's been trying to instill in us, apart from just the biology stuff as well, like thinking critically and just thinking in general. The disappointments have been the labs. I've been very disappointed with some of my labs up to the recent one, which I sought a lot of help on from other people in the class, from other people who have taken biology, and my grades for labs have improved. But as a whole, I'm quite disappointed with my labs, and are definitely something that I need to work on. The next question is, how have I integrated the guiding principles into my learning? Well, I talked about it a bit before. I've tried to apply the aspect of thinking and thinking critically to the biology unit. So in the test, when Mr. Hurwitz might phrase a question different to what we were expecting, or even a bit difficult, I try and think about the question, break it down, and then relate that to what we've been learning in the biology and what he's been teaching us. And I think that has been another part that I'm quite happy with, is in the actual unit work itself, I've done quite well, and it's just the DBQ, is where I've been letting myself down. Also, outside of school, I've been applying the stuff we've been learning in biology to other classes. This is mostly seen in psychology. We've been recently doing a unit on biological psychology and about the brain and just stuff like that, and a lot of things that are in Ms. Hurwitz's biology class come up in Mr. Parker's high level psychology class, so that's always helpful. Under what conditions have I learnt best? This is just a really easy one. When Mr. Hurwitz had us act out the light independent reactions and the light dependent reactions, I don't know why, but this worked really well for me. I was able to remember the cycles so much easier. And what I do is, just when we were doing the quizzes and the tests, I just look around the room and just visualize the steps of the process going through the room, and just from that, it all came flooding back. So that's definitely a condition I've worked best under. Is my learning relevant, applicable, and practical? This is another easy one. What we're learning now is not only going to be helpful to me on the side of like the biology stuff, like it's going to help me. I'm looking to go into a side of a physiotherapist, so biology is definitely something that we're going to be needed, especially our muscles and cells, and just knowing how the body works full stop is going to be definitely really helpful. Not only this, but I have the thinking critically, applying what I've already learnt, all of this stuff to developing my skills further is definitely something that's going to help me in later life as well. And yeah, so it's definitely relevant, applicable, and practical. Last question, what difference has my Eportfolio made in my learning? Again, this is another easy one. The Eportfolio, I wasn't really expecting much from the Eportfolio, if I'm blatantly honest, but it has helped me so much. It's a way to reflect, especially on tests and the labs, and it's helped me realize where I'm letting myself down, where I need to be better, where I need to pick my act up on. But it's also shown me where I'm doing well in, which is something that is invaluable, because without this, I don't think I would have noticed these things. So that's these questions answered, and I hope that's been a bit more insightful. Okay, so what have been the proudest highlights of my learning? Also, the disappointments. Well, the proudest highlight of my learning would be one of the quizzes that we had. Mr. Hurwitz asked us to write down 7 facts on light independent reactions, and then to also he gave us